Here is the perfect metaphor for how a man should show up for the women in his life. So, my wife and I just took our whole family to the beach for about a week to end the summer. And while two of my daughters were playing on the giant seawall rocks, the waves crashing around them, I had this realization. Watching the ocean pound away at the rocks reminded me of how a father should show up for his daughters and how a husband should show up for his wife. Let me explain it a little bit. If you're like me, sometimes you have trouble with her emotions, trouble understanding, trouble not feeling whipped around, trouble being patient with her, trouble letting her feel them, trouble not trying to fix or control them. Here's the thing. The rocks don't move when the waves crash into them. It may feel like her emotions are waves crashing into you, but your love and acceptance should be the rock that is immovable under the assault of those emotional waves. To the human body, the waves hit with so much force, it would be impossible not to get knocked down, but the rock remains unmoved. We want our love and acceptance to be like the rock, not the driftwood, which is yanked this way and that, and then swept out to sea. So often I've felt like the driftwood, at the mercy of either my wife or my daughter's emotions, dragged around, undercut, blindsided, just frustrated. Don't let her moods dictate yours. Don't build your foundation on a piece of driftwood. Build it on the rock. No, you don't always need to give in. The rock doesn't get pushed around. Don't let her walk all over you. Don't refuse to stand up for yourself. Sometimes boundaries need to be set, and there's obviously some nuance here. But the bottom line is, don't withhold your love and acceptance either. You can't pick up those rocks and move them. The rocks don't get to pick and choose what waves to weather and which ones to dodge away from. They're steady, consistent, reliable. She needs to trust that your love and acceptance will always be there, just like the rock. This also doesn't mean that you're inflexible or rigid. The immovable rock is your love and acceptance, not your opinions or your expectations of her. You can be frustrated, disappointed, even angry with her or the waves, and yet the rocks remain unmoved, always present, always steady, and she needs to know that. And sometimes her emotions will feel overwhelming to her too. She won't always understand them. She might feel guilt or shame or frustration just like you. In those times, let her lean on your rock, trusting in your love and acceptance, weathering her own storms on your reliable strength. So be unmovable. Let your love and acceptance be so consistent and predictable that it's boring. Let that love and acceptance be the rock for your wife and for your daughters.